Hey YouTube, it's Trey. I know you hadn't heard from me in a while. Sorry about that, guys. But it's been a lot of drama going on, a lot of different things, and well, it's almost made it impossible to make videos, to be honest with you. You know, if it's not one thing, it's another. So here I am out here in the province. I ended up going back to Cebu. There was definitely some stuff going on over there. I was looking at some places and some condos and, things that nature. Went over to my favorite place, Fridays, had some food, some American food. Definitely enjoyed that part of it. Got I was coming back over here to the province, and the ferry got canceled. Apparently, they decided to take the ferry down and didn't tell anybody, and so we were all the people taking the ferry back over here to Leyte was stuck and with no options except for take the ferry to another town about an hour away from this particular port where I live. Funny part was is I went through the line at the ferry terminal, paid my fees, had my ticket in hand, got to the ticket counter to get my seat number because they don't give it to you till the day of, and all of a sudden they said it's been canceled. And after that, the only choice I had was to go out and try to rebook, and or go to the next town over and then try to find a way back up here to where was going. Well, right at that point, got a text message. The ferry's been canceled. They're doing some maintenance. So yeah, it was a fun day. I had to stay in Cebu an extra day, and that part wasn't too bad, except for the fact that I had to pay for get another Airbnb, and I had my bags with me, and I already paid the taxi fare and the terminal fees, and all the stuff that goes along with it. So made it an unexpected expense, and those things happen, unfortunately. But doing videos and stuff like that, I was trying to get some things taken care of. I picked up my visa from immigration and doing that kind of stuff. So I had to go over to Cebu anyways. But back to what I was saying, trying to make some videos and stuff. If you can hear it, there's chickens, there's dogs, and everywhere I go here in the province, it's not quiet. It's not. It's very loud. In fact, today is the first most peaceful day I've had in a long time. And what's funny about that is, and there's only really one reason, because I still hear the chickens, I still hear dogs, but is because everybody's out voting. They're out at the voting polls, and so they're not at home. They're standing in these really, really long lines. The voter turnout is huge. Um, Apparently, this is one of their favorite things to do is vote, and the reason being is well, unfortunately, they get money for going and voting. You can call it buying votes. You can say whatever it is. You can call it what it is. Um, I was laughing, talking to them. The people's like, yeah, it's corruption at its finest, but they get paid, so they'll go stand in line all day long, and they'll get some money, and they'll do their vote, and then they'll come home and do whatever it is they're going to do. I can't make this stuff up, nor do I care to, but it's quite funny because you don't really hear too many people on the road, outside talking. There's no music playing. Nobody's doing karaoke because they're all at the voting polls. So, where they're doing their votes. So, I'm sure in a little bit that'll change. But, like I said, I wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, I'm still alive. Definitely making some changes to my situation. I'm working on some things. Um, One is to get the hell out the province. The province life is not for me. I thought it would be a little more peaceful than it was, but it's not. There's more drama. There is more how do you say this? Unpeacefulness. It's not relaxing in any way, at least to me. Now, take into consideration, guys. This is my opinion. For you, this may be perfect. You may like to listen to chickens at 3 o'clock in the morning, or dogs barking, or loud music starting at 0600 in the morning. It's not for me. And, you know, it's okay. There's a time and place for everything. The city is really not much better if you think about it, because there's cars, there's honking. Um, and I really don't think there is a perfect place out there due to many different reasons. The reasons that you come out here. I was thinking come out here, nice change of pace, a little more space, things of that nature. But realize that being out in the province is really not something I want to do permanently. So I'm definitely going to make a change. And I'm looking at some different places and some different things. And I'm thinking about doing some trips to other islands to see what it's like in other places. Yes, I'm searching on YouTube, seeing what other people are saying about different places to try to get an idea of places to go and check out. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I won't ever say anything bad about the people, because the people are still very nice and all that other stuff. But I did learn that there's a lot of drama amongst themselves. And that drama, man, they get mad at each other. It's definitely a little different than what I'm used to. But at the same time, everybody has drama somewhere, I guess. There's a reason for everything. Just don't understand their reasonings, why they get upset at certain things. But I wanted to let you guys know that I'm still alive, and here I am on a quiet day for once. And I've been here a couple of months now. And those few months, I've went back to Cebu twice to escape from here. I would need to go again. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I need to find a little bit of peace. And oh yeah, let me talk about this. So you come to the Philippines, right? You come here meeting foreigners or hanging out with other foreigners and stuff like that, having someone to talk to or something of that nature. That's not top of your priority. You want to immerse yourself in the culture. Well, one of the things that I'm figuring out is that I am by myself. I am here in the province. I am the minority. There's really no one to talk to that understands you. So those things that if you wanted to discuss some things or talk to other people or ask questions, they're a little more difficult here. Like I told you before, if you watch some of my other videos, basic communication, you can get by here. It's not really that big of a problem. The small stuff, small talk, things like that. But anything technical or anything that may be a little more, you need a little more communication skill, a little more verbal vocabulary, so to speak. That's a little more difficult. But you can ask where something is. You can say hello. You can ask for a drink or get some food or something of that nature. But that's really about it. They're going to ask you where you're from and things like that, but nothing too major. So, anyways, I'm just dropping a line with you guys, letting you know I'm still alive. But I definitely need to make a change. And I am going a little stir crazy. And not to mention, I need peace. And I need a little more peace and quiet than I have. I shouldn't have to run into my bedroom and close the door and try to turn on a television or try to drown out the noises around me. I shouldn't have to do that. And unfortunately, I feel like that's really basically what it is. I need to hide and get away from everything that's going on. It's a little much. And since I don't have anyone to talk to or anyone to hang out with or any place to go around here, this is just living out in the country. You sit at the house. Trying to get out is difficult. So, you know, I would venture to say, if you've been along on this video this long, you would say, well, you need to get out there. You need to go places and do things. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. You need to go places. You need to do things. Unfortunately, that's just really not an option for me per se. I could drive somewhere and I could go somewhere. I could drive an hour away, drive a couple of hours away, go to, Tacloban or go to Ormoc. But one of the things that I'm figuring out is you don't always get good vibes in certain places. And although I've never had any problems here, you don't necessarily have the warm and fuzzies, or you don't feel like there's something there that draws your attention or your interest. You can only go to the beach so many times, and you can only find so many places. There's a beach here, but I don't really feel like that's a place I want to hang out. It's not really something I want to do constantly. And, I'm not a person that wants to go to the bar or get drunk or anything like that constantly, or even at all. I'm okay with a drink or two, but that's about it for me. But the problem is there's really no place that you feel comfortable where I'm at. And I'm not going to sit here and drink alcohol and sit in my house, watch TV. And again, everything you hear around, the chickens, everything else, taking naps. It's just, it's a good vacation spot. So what I'm thinking about this province life is that this is great part-time, but this is not a full-time thing that I myself am interested in. It's just not for me. Maybe later on in life, that's what I'm interested in, but right now, it's not really. This is, it's not a good thing for you to isolate yourself, I think. You may want to get away from those things and stuff like that, but you definitely want to have someone to talk to. And that's part of the problem. I have no one to talk to here. I have nobody that I have anything in common with here. I have absolutely I just feel like it's almost a lost cause. You can come here part-time, like I was doing in the beginning. You can say hello to people, they'll talk to you, and things of that nature. But it's very basic. And I don't see personally putting roots in the ground here in a province setting. It's not for me. I'm not a farmer, nor do I want to be a farmer. There's really no restaurants, and if you're a Westerner, there's no Western type food restaurants here. If you want to get some pork belly or lechon or some of their local dishes, and you enjoy that kind of stuff, yeah, that's here. You're good to go if you enjoy it. But it's hard enough to get some American food in the Philippines, and if you think about that, you go in the province, it's even harder. But the cost of living here, yeah, it's definitely more affordable, guys. And if you're looking to come out here and just seclude yourself and, become a recluse, so to speak, this is a great place for it. You can come out here and really, there's nothing around except for chickens and dogs, and maybe some cars going by here and there, and the people that say hello, but they stay in the house when it's hot and the sun comes out. So they really only want to come out at nighttime usually. That's a real thing, just so you know. They hide from the sun. Well, anyways, I just figured I'd do a quick video, give you a little update, but I'm going to try to start making some more. It is just, like I said, been difficult. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Peace.